So you telling me you actually? So you telling me you actually cook? Wait a minute, that shit ain't done.
No.
What you doing, man? That shit still bleeding.
That's goddamn thing. That's leftovers from Christmas.
That's leftover from Christmas dinner.
Third day.
Friday. That's what was that chicken.
No, man. This ain't leftovers, man.
Tell me how you cook that shit. How you cook it? How you cook it then?
How you cook?
How you cook it?
Hey, check this out. I'm gonna tell you how I cook it.
First of all, you wrong because it ain't start with A.
You press 1 because these new microwaves they
Look,
automatic.
Let me tell you what I did. I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers what I did. Shut up, Hawk. Let me tell y'all what I did. I seasoned the fuck out of this chicken, right? Put some motherfucking lemon in and shit, mix that motherfucker all up. Then I put that motherfucker in the air fryer and just press a couple of buttons. Let that.
They said go.
Yep.
Then it said ding, done.
Yep.
You had a side on there though. You had what you got that Stouffer's macaroni and cheese.
The side. Now the sides. Hold on, you motherfuckers. Now the sides, some leftovers.
That's leftover Texas Roadhouse mac and cheese, man.
Well, for real.
He stopped at Chick-fil-A on the way home.
The size of some leftovers from Cracker Barrel. I ain't gonna lie.
I can tell that shit was in the fucking microwave because you know how that styrofoam be when you put it in the
Just
microwave.
start peeling up. Just curl on your ass.
But the chicken,
You're like the Wicked Witch of the West.
But the chicken was me though. So give me props. Got some shit on my paper. But give me props for the goddamn chicken. The chicken, that was all me. I seasoned that motherfucker and everything. I picked it out at the store.
What you seasoning with? What you seasoning with?
All right, good. You done got off your mama's titty. Good. You done made some chicken. Congratulations.
Him made some chicken.
Did you lather it in mayonnaise first? You gotta coat it.
It's a good binder.
Hey, I like mayonnaise.
What's happening, fellas? What's going on with y'all?
Y'all heard that, right? That nigga
Same
said he
shit,
like
different
mayonnaise.
toilet, man.
How y'all feeling?
Man, you know.
I'm good, boss.
How the audience doing out there? I want to welcome y'all to Minds of Melanin, right?
Yes,
we got a lot of stuff in store for y'all today, man. We gonna talk about some business stuff, man. We gonna kick it in. We gonna talk about some TD Jakes and what he got going on, some sports.
Have you ever been swallowed up?
Simone Biles, Taraji. I mean, we got a long list of stuff that we've been working on all week. Right, we're gonna get it in. We're gonna mine all this stuff out, and we're gonna get back at y'all. So look, before we get going, hit the like, subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell.
And share, motherfucker. What the fuck?
I thought subscribe was the bell.
That's good. That's good.
No,
like, share, subscribe.
Help us get into the algorithm. We need that.
What happened to the itchy fingers? What happened?
He don't want to get the Twitter fingers itchy and shit and stuff like that.
Man,
I'm perfecting my craft.
Fingers now.
We was talking about that Simone Biles thing, man. Kind of fill us in on what your thought process is on what's happening with that.
Simone Biles. The boy say,
What's
I am the
happening
catch.
here?
I am the catch.
What's that boy's name again?
Jonathan
I don't
Owens.
even know, bro. Oh, that's his name? Bro, I smooth didn't know. I really did not know his name. Like, I've read it multiple times, but I never remembered it. But he's the catch, though.
But he said he was the catch because when he seen her, he didn't even know who she was. He just like, oh yeah, that's
allegedly
skinny chick.
But
that's
I mean,
that
skinny
chick on holler at her. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say, like, that's absolutely not. You knew exactly
that
what she
motherfucker jumped for
But
joy
he
as soon as she matched with his ass on whatever the fuck that dating app was. Doing
Man,
that swipe
on the
tap.
app?
Man, he
on
probably
a dating app.
So they met it.
Somebody slid at somebody DMs. They ain't on no goddamn date, man.
I swear to God. That's the story.
I know that's the story.
This nigga went and met a Olympic gold medalist on the fucking date nap.
Simone Biles was up there. Get the fuck out of here.
With all her medals and shit.
Holding all the medals?
Big strong ass. Nah. Bro, somebody slid at somebody DMs. That's what happened.
Yeah, man. I don't believe
Well, my question is, what's the problem with him saying that he's the catch?
Oh,
it's a goddamn lie.
Well,
That's
okay,
right.
Lottie.
I was gonna lie.
Here's the problem with that. It's the way that he did it, right? Now, I don't mind because I know this is gonna turn it. This is gonna turn into one of those man versus woman things, and I don't want it to.
Remember,
But-
this the 5 minutes of funk. All right, we ain't gonna get all the way
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it.
So the
32 minutes
issue with
later.
it, the issue with him saying it, is not necessarily saying that he is a catch. It's the way that he did it, because he more so tried to tear her down to build himself up. So he was saying that when he matched with her, he didn't know who the fuck she was. As if he was like, yeah, I don't. And then he tried to clean it up by saying that he don't watch.
I disagree.
He said he don't watch No. But then they called him up in his bullshit because he was saying that he don't watch.
Hold on, dog.
Mhm.
But before you explain that part, you said you disagree.
Yeah, I disagree because I watched that. I watched that interview, and the guys who were moderating that interview, they were really trying to steer it and make it seem as if he was being arrogant. That, oh, you really didn't want her, or you weren't really checking for her. She was checking for you.
Did you watch the whole
And-
interview?
Yeah.
Because one of them
Yeah.
called him out.
Yes.
One of them called him out and said they didn't believe him.
Well, rather not they believe him is irrelevant. Like if that
His
was me, I would
words
go,
were,
like,
he
like,
said that there's a couple
Mhm.
things. He said he didn't know who she was and that he did
He
not
probably
watch
did.
gymnastics. He said he didn't
Oh.
watch gymnastics. He didn't keep up with it. But
Okay, so if you don't watch
Twitter
gymnastics-
doesn't
I
lie.
mean, that's not hard to believe. Man.
No.
Yeah, that's not hard to believe.
Twitter
Did you
does
say
not lie.
Twitter does not lie.
Not Twitter. I'm sorry. X.
You said-
That's what they called him up at.
X don't lie.
No, here's the thing. They pulled some of his old X or Twitter comments and he shouted out another gymnast and said
Yeah,
that she
that-
was. That's how they called him.
That'd
So
be an
he,
example of X lying right there.
he said no. They found his shit.
No, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking
No,
with
I'm about
him,
to say,
really.
They found something on his profile where he shouted out another gymnast and gave her flowers. Damn near trying to shoot his shot, I would say. But he said that he said that he doesn't keep up with them and he doesn't know about it. That's what he said on that interview. But then, whatever. But like my issue with it, not necessarily, bro, like, because I'm gonna be honest with you, the only gymnast I know of is Simone Biles. I don't know any other. And the reason why I know about her is because nevertheless. But I don't believe in.
All right.
I'm gonna need you to finish that statement.
Yeah, I'm about to
to
finish real
say,
quick. The part about the whole situation.
Never mind.
The part about the whole situation that I think was dumb is the fact that he tried to degrade her with the intention of building himself up. Now, for the motherfuckers that jump in the comments and say some beta shit, first off, let me start by saying this, right?
Nigga still mad about being called a beta, y'all.
Yeah, bro, he ain't letting that go.
I'm not.
If you think he a
not.
beta,
Mad about
put
that
a
shit.
1 in the comments.
I'm about
You
to say,
see how he
please.
moved his hands, right?
We're
By
gonna put a poll in the comments.
all means. I'll do
Hey,
that.
Shaw, you ain't
Hey,
shit for that one, bro.
but when you do that though, but when you do that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and get other motherfuckers to call me a beta, motherfucker. That's
And
what
put a 1. And more ones.
yeah, more,
Oh man.
more. You know what I'm saying? No,
That
but
was
for real though,
good shit.
like I think it was fucked up though. Like the way that I just think it was just fucked up, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm gonna be real with you, I don't really know who neither one of them is in that. So like to actually say who was the catch, who wasn't, that's I can't really say because, but I just like, bro, like that's your they married, all right? That's your wife, bro. Like,
Yeah,
don't degrade her for the sole purpose of trying to beef yourself up, bro. That's fucked
I
up.
think he mad because she's stronger than him.
I wouldn't
Bro.
doubt that because
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm just saying.
She could
like,
cover a
straight up,
fly route.
Like you
better than
laughing
me.
like straight up.
I didn't
like,
say
you
that.
mean-
She can stand up on her hands, but for 30 minutes,
Tell her to guard Tyreek. Shit.
I don't know.
man, listen.
Like,
Look.
why you disagree, like, bro? What's the issue
Well,
with
for
it?
one, well, like I said, for one, when I watched the interview and they was asking him the questions, it didn't seem to me as if he came off as being arrogant. Didn't seem like he came off as trying to degrade his wife or anything like that. And from what I've seen, man, I mean, she was smiling from ear to ear. She seems very happy with him, and she just let him do his thing.
Sound like she in her femininity. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? She seemed like she happy. You look at all their pictures, she seemed like she's happy. They both seem like they're happy, you know? I think that everybody gets too caught up in this whole, oh, who's the catch? I'm the catch, or you not the catch, I am.
You know who else look happy?
I think at the end of the day, that man has every right to call himself a catch because he's successful. He made it into the NFL, which only 2% of college football players can ever do, and he's a starter. I mean, he did what he needed to do. He's successful. He made all the right decisions in life, and he has himself in a situation right now, and he's married to be the one.
I think that this speaks to a larger problem, though, and we gonna kind of mine this out as we move forward into the show about what's being portrayed out here to our youth, right? Because these are young people, right? These ain't your 30 somethings, right? These ain't your 40 somethings, right? These are your middle 20s, right? 28, 29, maybe just be getting into 30, right? These are young people, and they're concerned with about what people are saying on social media about them, right? They're concerned with how they look to other people versus how they're looking in their relationship. But we gonna mine that out. We're gonna mine that out as we move forward into the show. What I did want to jump into was what was happening with this whole TD Jakes thing, because he been
swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed?
He been making his rounds out here in the social media.
Oh shit! No,
here we go. Here goes,
bro.
Hey, look, just for the record,
long way, bro. I really do, bro. But like,
I got books. I got some TD Jakes books,
bro. Like, he was probably like, bro, nah, you can't do it like that. You can't do it. They talking about it came out conveniently at the time. Did he going through his thing? I'm like, bro, he preached every Sunday. What the hell you want?
Hey,
like, every time it's convenient.
Nope. That's my problem. Now, but for what it's worth.
But I mean, I still think it's funny though. But
I think it is fucking hilarious, and I think it's realistic, right? Because the thing about it is, first off, right, for all of y'all, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like I am a God-fearing man. I just want to throw that out there. I don't
fear TD Jakes.
You said, do I fear TD Jakes?
I said you just don't fear TD Jakes.
I think TD Jakes is full of. I think TD Jakes is full of shit, just like I think that O'Dollar boy is full of shit.
Cliff O'Dollar.
Yeah, I think them all is full of shit. I'm be honest with you, and I think that y'all just don't see it. But like y'all are sitting here making these motherfuckers rich. I was sitting there watching a video. What was it? The headlines was Tyler Perry gives the Holy Ghost. He went over there and hit him on the head. That motherfucker. I said, yo, these bitches are so full of shit, bro. Like,
what the fuck are you talking about, right?
I put it in the group chat. I'm dead serious. It was a fucking Tyler Perry. They were doing a thing. And I sent it to y'all. Tyler Perry came on stage and he started doing like a little prayer. And I think it was TD Jakes. And TD Jakes is sitting there and Tyler Perry put his hand on his head. And TD Jakes are like right here. He caught the Holy Ghost. He gave him the Holy Ghost allegedly.
Wait a minute. TD Jakes gave Tyler Perry the Holy Ghost?
Tyler Perry gave TD Jakes the Holy Ghost.
Gave TD Jakes the Holy Ghost.
Probably gave him a little bit more than that. But anyway,
I can't, bro.
Yeah.
Straight to the hot place. Oh my God.
I'm just saying,
now
man.
Live, bro. Now we recording.
They put it out there, bro, and I'm just commenting on it, bro. Like,
hey, look, look, man. I don't know what happened to who happened to what, or what happened to who. I'm just saying, you know, based on what social media is saying, allegedly, probably, you know, I don't know. I'm not trying to get sued.
Me growing up Southern Baptist, I know what the alleged Holy Ghost looked like when I see it, right? So, the only thing I know is Tyler Perry put his hand on that man's head, and that man put himself in a crucifix position and went to gyrating. That's what I know. So whatever it was that was on Tyler Perry's hand, it made that man gyrate. That's all I'm saying.
Made him get a tingling sensation.
He went to gyrating on stage.
Jesus,
nothing. Is there any like evidence?
I just told you there's a video.
I'm looking for it. I haven't found it.
I'm talking about what he,
What?
I don't care about him gyrating because somebody put his hand on his head.
Any evidence?
Is there any like evidence of him going into P. Diddy's house and?
Oh, you talking that part? Yes.
Yeah.
He went. And he didn't deny going there. He just
No, he
denied
didn't.
having.
He did not deny.
He did not deny going there. He said he just denied having sex with multiple men. That's the part he denied.
Multiple, just one, huh?
It was multiple, yeah.
Yeah,
He said he denied having sex with multiple men.
Yeah.
That would.
Yeah. And a 16.
So that means that there's a
And a
possibility.
16-year-old boy. And a 16-year-old boy.
Okay,
So he did one or
let's
the
just
other.
listen to the
He
language.
didn't.
No.
He didn't
That
do
was
both.
all in addition to like all of that is wrote together in that night.
Let's
So it's
listen to
the
the
equivalent
But
language.
you know how much I love a technicality. So
It's the-
I'm
Let's listen
asking,
to the language. Hold on.
is
He
he
said,
saying he didn't do any of these things,
No.
or is he saying
He said
I didn't
it was
have sex with multiple men
Multiple.
and a 16-year-old
It-
boy that day?
but possibly
is
with one.
No, that's no. He was. So look, they accused him, and he put out a statement denying it, like addressing the accusation.
Okay.
so
But
it's
then
the
you gotta-
equivalent. It's the equivalent of
You
my
got to
former
be very
president.
specific.
It's the equivalent of a former president. who
Let's move
said-
on to the next topic.
I
who
did
said,
not.
Did you smoke marijuana? Yes.
He
I
talking
did
about
not
Did
inhale.
not inhale.
T.D. Jackson, their man, and a little
It's
boy.
one of those. So it's like, hey, I ain't saying I wasn't there. But what I am saying is, I did not have sexual relationships
with that woman.
with
that
them
woman.
men or that boy congregation.
So would so
Not
if, so
giving you
if he
money.
would have so if there would have been multiple women involved, would it have been any different?
Well, I guess I think that the big buzz about it is because you're supposed to be TD Jakes, right? We giving you all our tithes and offerings, and we getting you rich.
I'm not giving him a damn.
Well, not me, I ain't giving them shit, but I'm just saying we as in the people.
Oh, but the
people.
motherfuckers in the DFW area, and
Yeah.
abroad.
So they giving him all of these tithes and
Big ass
offerings,
church.
and they making them rich and stuff like that. You supposed to be fighting the good fight, walking the good walk, and all the rest of that. But instead, you over here partying with Puffy Daddy and them.
Well, the thing
Uh,
is if you ask Lottie, then
Ain't he
we supposed
supposed
we
to go in
supposed
there?
to have multiple
Let's go in
women.
where and
Man,
and
somebody
then we
wanna
supposed
say,
to
man, you never know.
No, I'm not saying specifically into Diddy's house. But what I am saying is outside of the times when he's preaching or writing the next sermon,
He's a regular
Isn't
human
he?
being.
isn't he supposed to go to like people and like try to bring them into the fold?
oh, okay.
It's called
at their
missionary.
parties, huh?
So he went
There's
to
multiple boys and
he
men.
went to a
If we
sexual-
was all in here on our knees in prayer,
Pause, bro.
Make
like,
sure-
like,
make
why?
in
Be
prayer,
clear.
But the way you said it
In
before you
prayer.
said in prayer, you didn't have to say that.
if
You
we
just
all
said
if we
was
all
in
took
prayer.
a knee and
Lord.
prayed,
Keep saying that shit.
technically we
We
don't
gon- we gonna
need
edit this shit
TJ
out.
here.
Got
He
to.
already. He said in addition
We gonna edit this shit out.
Jesus.
Man, my whole thing is this, man. Like, if there's no proof of
that he was there.
him doing these things, no, fuck rather if he was there. If there's no proof of him doing these things with the 16-year-old boys or with other men, I don't believe it.
I'm not
So,
speaking.
so let me ask y'all this though, because this happens all the time, right?
Oh, shit,
You have these Catholic churches,
Oh,
right?
shit.
And I don't want to go down this road, right? But you had
We
the
don't have
Catholic
to.
churches,
Yeah.
and when it is a accusation lodged at them, we're quick to be like, "Yo, them motherfuckers do that shit all the time. They did it." But now we got one of our own who's actually being accused of doing something like this. And it's like, no, well, if he say he didn't do it, then possibly he didn't do it. We give him all the benefit of the doubt. Do you
Mhm.
think it's some kind of bias there between black people to say like, hey,
No, I think you're literally innocent until proven. Yeah, like why do I care what the court of public opinion have to say about it?
I agree.
but that may be the thought process, but that's not what's happening.
Yeah.
When you got these, when you have
that's
white
cool.
Catholic, because let's just be honest, majority of the Catholic preachers are white. When you got these guys that's come out here and they talking about no, we gonna be honest, we gonna be real. When you got and they come out here talking about something, these little boys, grown men now, say, hey, they touched my hiney. I was little,
It's getting manhandled.
right? That shit ain't funny, brother.
We're not gonna speak on
But-
people
So you
getting assaulted
suggesting
by
we-
gay boys.
I'm saying
Not gonna speak
that do we as a culture take up for our own people even when there's no need to take up for them before we lodge threats at other or complaints or whatever at other cultures?
Well, here's the thing. Right.
Unless it's something that we're proud of, like, oh yeah, TD Jakes was sleeping with. Now, I'm not saying this happened, but I'm
I
saying
ain't saying-
if they said TD Jakes was sleeping with 4-5 different women and he was just getting it in, we gonna be like, yeah, that's what he supposed to do. He a man of the cloth. And
Well, no, not really. I just feel
Not
like
It's a whole
Recording, I
nother
ain't gonna say
conversation
that.
track, bro.
yeah,
I'm just asking because we were
I
talking
don't-
about it, and I just want to ask before we move on to the next topic. I just
I
want to
don't
ask that question.
personally hold people to that pedestal or that standard. I don't hold people to that. I look at people for what they are, who they are, whatever. So, like, I don't. But the people who's feeding his pockets do. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, like, but my thing is like, don't sit here and portray yourself as one way and then do otherwise. You know, that's just
You are what you're paid to be.
All right, bet.
yeah.
So look, so before we move on to the main topic at hand, we're gonna mine it out. We're gonna get to that Taraji P. I know y'all came here to see that and hear what's happening on that, right? I do want to let y'all know it's a lot of people that watch our podcast that might have their own businesses. They may have a lot of things going on. They got a new rule that's coming into play in 2024. And it's coming into play. It's being implemented by FinCEN. It's the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. It's called FinCEN. Okay, and this kind of came along after everybody was doing all of that stuff that they was doing, the loans and stuff that people, the PPP loans and all that. So they created, while all of that was going on, they created a task force to go after people to make sure that people was doing the right thing or not, right? So what they have done is they came up with different rules and regulations and laws based upon what was happening during that time. Right? One of the kind of rules that's coming up in 2024 is all of these LLCs and LLCs. I think is non-for-profits, all those corporations. You have to identify every member that's a part of that corporation. So whenever you find in this process the members in the LLC, whereas in certain states it used to be able to hide or kind of conceal who's a member within that LLC. Now you have to identify that to the FinCEN administration. And that's actually starting in 2024. So just keep that in mind, y'all, and kind of look it up. We'll put a link in the description so that you guys can click on it and kind of get some information on that. Have any one of y'all heard anything else about that?
Jaquan might have. I don't know.
I'm about to say, bro.
He might have read up
What I
on
was about to say was I was going
Go
to say, you know how I fuck with
Scorpion.
Jaquan.
Yeah. I don't know.
Shout out to Jaquan.
Yeah.
Don't know nothing about that, bro.
You know, for for
Oh, and it's a
Jaquan,
big
it's
fine
fun.
that's involved. It's a big fine, big fine,
What's
a
the
daily fine
What's the
that's
fine?
involved in that if you don't
I would
identify.
imagine it's probably it's probably based off of your income and shit like that. I imagine there's varying what's it called that determines how much that fine is. I don't think it's going to be a set fine because
So wait, is this a federal?
Yes,
But
it
LLCs
says
are
it's a
administered
civil
by-
penalty. Any person who fails to comply with the registration requirements may be liable for a civil penalty of up to $5,000 for each violation.
and I'm assuming that they're doing so. If this right here is a 5-man company, so technically that would be there would be 5 violations starting off right there. Correct.
You're correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I like it.
So just keep that in mind, y'all.
Oh, Uncle
and-
Sugar doing his thing.
As y'all going into the new year if you have LLCs already, because I haven't heard this talked about on a lot of podcasts, but that's why y'all here, right? Y'all here to get the unapologetically unorthodox way of thinking about things. And y'all here to get the information that's gonna move your lives forward, right? As we step into it, right, we about to get into what y'all came here today for. We about to talk about that Taraji situation. She been making a lot of noise.
For no
Miss
fucking
A lot of
Cookie.
noise in these
no
YouTube
fucking
Miss
streets,
Cookie Lion.
in these media airways. She
For
been
no
getting it in,
fucking
right?
reason.
We got a couple of guys on here that may agree with her, they may disagree with her.
I don't
We
think
gonna get to
nobody
the bottom
agrees
of
with it. I'm gonna be real.
Let's
with you.
let's
I'm
get
gonna
out
hear
there.
y'all stance first. before I-
Let's get out there. So, Big Baby, what where we at with it? What's
You
happening?
need to pass that on to Lottie, man. That's, you know, Lottie, you want to tap this first? You want to? You want me to do it?
Hey man,
You
that's
wanna-
what's up, man. That's
you
what's
wanna
up.
get
What's
it
the
first?
question, bro? No, I got it, man.
Taraji.
Fast and the man.
I
Taraji,
like that
What I
little
think,
kid in
what,
class.
what I think about her situation,
what you think
about
about it?
her,
My name is
I
Mike.
think she's entitled.
I like
I
sports.
think she's
That's it.
I think she is getting a hard dose of reality. I think she's getting a hard dose of reality of where her value really is in Hollywood. You know, she's a B-list actor. She's a supporting. She's a B-list actress. She's a supporting actress. She's not the main headliner. Never has been. She's never starred in a. She's never starred in a blockbuster movie. You know.
So what I find funny about it, right? Because the
Mhm.
specific movie that she called out. This is what I found funny. By the way, Taraji, baby girl, well, ma'am, you know, don't take this shit personal, but hey. So what I find ironic is the specific movie that she felt the need to point out, right? Because I went and, you know, it's been so long since I seen that movie. I was like, let me look this shit up. So I look up the cover and I dropped it in our group chat. Bro, like, she ain't even on the fucking cover of it.
The Curious Case of Benjamin Button is the one he's talking about.
Yeah, she not even on the cover of it, nor is her
I love
name.
that movie, by the way.
Yeah,
Great
it was a
movie.
very good movie. Shout out to Brad Pitt and
Let's do this for the audience. Look, hey y'all, I know y'all love Taraji, and I know y'all.
Bro, hold on, Shaw. Before you go, I'm gonna be straight up. I didn't even realize she was in that damn movie, bro.
Wow.
Man, first of all, you a whole asshole. How you don't know? How
She
you
was
ain't
the old
realize?
lady. She was the
The
mom.
whole
She
movie
was the
in
mom.
my head. I said, God damn.
Look,
bro,
I need y'all in
she
the
that
audience to
movie?
do something for me. Look,
like
if y'all
Terrence
think
Ross.
if y'all think Taraji was is a B-list actor, as Lottie said, put a 1 in the comments.
Negative. Hold on.
She a A-list, put a 2.
No.
Right, let
So
us know.
A-list.
She's
When
just fine as hell.
No,
Put
no.
a goddamn 10.
Well, there
So
won't
just
be no
let us
10s
let
in
us
there.
know where y'all at on this. All right,
So
go ahead.
So here's the thing. So to Lottie's point, right? Because normally I clap back at what Lottie says, but to Lottie's point, like there are specific, you know, things that come with you being an A-list, right? She ain't on that list, right? And for, you know, just for shits and giggles, since we speaking about things that's going on, neither is Jada Pickett. So she ain't on. She's not
That's
on.
why she married Will.
I don't think Jada Pinkett could get in
Yeah,
anywhere
Pickett's
right now.
But see, the difference between
Damn.
Jada and Taraji is Jada understood that, right? And so she married somebody who was an A-list actor.
Mhm.
You understand?
Mhm.
I don't think she married Will when he was an A-list actor.
Yes, she
Oh,
did.
Big Will was making that dough when she
Yeah.
married him.
I'm not saying
Oh,
he
he
was.
was getting
I'm
that
not
paper,
saying
son.
he was a scrub, but A-list actor.
Oh, he was on
Hell
the A-list. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When they get married?
Independence Day, bro.
I don't
When they
know.
get- when they get
Bad
married?
Boys is already out.
Yeah.
When they get married?
I'm about to
I
tell
don't
you right
know.
now. Hold on, Chuck.
Yeah,
Hold
Lottie,
on,
you
Chuck.
look that up. So, but the thing about it is, right, to that point, like what I think is, because, you know, I looked into this thing, right, and what I think is, and this ain't no shots towards her or nothing like that, you know, that's a, you know, it's a black woman. I was raised by a black woman. No shots to her, nothing like that. But at the end of the day, huh?
What does that have to do with anything?
No, I'm just saying, like,
It's
That
like
don't
the
got
white
nothing to do-
people that
that don't
say,
got
I
shit to
got
do with
plenty of
price
black
of the
friends over there, you know, I got plenty of.
fuck it.
I had 4
Well,
black
to
people
my-
in my
to my-
house last week.
Because her thing was to her issue that couple of that she pointed out, she said that she knows her worth, which that's a whole big thing that people saying right now. They know their worth.
That's subjective.
Right,
She's
exactly.
subjective.
Subjective. So her thing is she says she knows her worth and so forth and so on. So if you truly know your worth, then you know that you're not an A-list. You know what I'm saying? And the way that she
dropping in the DMs,
the way that she was pitching it is if because she pointed out with Brad Pitt and the other lady, I don't know her name. I'm sorry, miss, but the other lady, that lady. So she pointed out like that they made like all of this money and she got a fraction of it. In all actuality, like for one, you didn't have
Blanchett.
Yeah, that one. So one, you didn't have as much of a role as they did. Secondly, like you don't have as much notoriety as they do. And her thing was she said that they told her that the reason why she's underpaid, part of the reason why she's underpaid because she doesn't promote well overseas, which in all actuality, you kind of don't. Lottie, what's the name of that thing that they call it? Cast. What's it called?
Typecast. She's typecast.
Right? So typecasting, right? Because I remember watching Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother. I forgot his name. A shout out to my man. Omar. Yeah, good dude. I remember, watching one of his interviews, and he was saying how they typecast. And unfortunately for Taraji, she has fell into that bracket. Because when you think of any Taraji movie or whatever, or role, you think of some bitter, beaten down, black woman. And quite frankly,
update for y'all on that with the new movie too. So, but go ahead, continue.
Yeah, but that's generally what those are generally the roles she plays. And so there is some point to the producers, not producer, but I guess whoever. There's some points to their there's some validation to what they're saying because your roles generally don't sell overseas like that. I've been all around the world, you know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, I don't personally think that people in South Korea give a fuck about what the struggles of the black woman in America. I'm just being honest with you. So, like, when these are the roles that you typically fall yourself in and you excel in, cool. So, I mean, I'm not saying that she's not a good actress. What I'm saying is that you are a very good one-sided actress. That's what I'm saying. But it's based off of her body of work.
I don't know if you could call her one-sided actress or actor. If
actress, you're right.
Actor. It's actor.
Well, no,
she's an actress.
Actor is not. It's not gender based. Like they came up with actress to segregate women and men, but
so you
technically women are actors.
Actors, okay, fair enough.
That's the only reason why I correct it. So it doesn't come off as some sexist bullshit.
But to answer your question, though, of course, Will and Jada, they got married in '97. Before that, Will Smith already had those two blockbuster hits that I named. He had already had Independence Day and Bad Boys.
But anyway,
he was already listed as he was already A-list because he's already starring in blockbuster movies.
I think Taraji's point is when it comes to acting, that she views herself as skilled or more skilled than 90% of the people out there.
I'm glad you
paid
said.
Like
I'm glad you said. Hold on.
And he was a star in Men in Black in '97.
Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead.
Men in Black #1.
Has she asked for anything?
Yeah, she did.
No, like right now, as she's been doing this interview, has she asked for anything?
In terms of what?
From anyone? Like, what I'm getting at is
why she wants more money.
But what I'm saying is, why can't she just, like, somebody asked her a question? Why can't she just express herself? Like, I don't really understand, like, why.
Well, because she's saying she's thinking about quitting acting because she's underpaid. She says, I'm thinking about quitting because I'm not.
If she want to quit, then fucking quit.
Well, that's the whole thing. Why you got to come out with a whole goddamn soliloquy about why you think you want to quit?
Like I said, if somebody asked her the question of why, then I could see, why she, started.
So I think it was the reason why. So like when she originally went on that show, she was supposed to be promoting the show. That was the sole purpose of you going out. But what she did was started her own agenda and went down that rabbit hole. Okay. And she, you see what I'm saying? So like the sole purpose of this was to promote the movie. That was so
she's trying to like take a stand, do a protest type thing.
Yeah. So now what she's trying to do is rally the troops and do like a protest. You know what I'm saying? And what she's doing is she's trying to, because she feels like that black women, but in all actuality, let's just be real. You don't feel like black women are underpaid, because if you did, then you would have spoke up on what's her name?
Monique.
Monique. If she did, you would have supported Monique. So no, it wasn't that. Like when Monique took the role, when she took the role that Monique was supposed to play in there was nothing. But now that it affects you in particular, now you want to fire little subliminals at Oprah because it affects you in particular. But when
The
she
wrong person to be firing anything.
telling you.
Don't even.
Hey.
You better not even fire a fart her way. Okay.
I'm telling you, shout out to Oprah. Hey, you know, but the thing about it is it's the way that she went about it, right? And I'm not saying that I necessarily agree or disagree. Me personally, I generally don't watch Taraji's movies. And I have my other reasons, because I'm all for unison of the black community. The roles that she tends to play, usually more so, I feel like puts a divide in the black household. But I won't go down that rabbit hole. But I had an issue with more so the way she went about it, because you were supposed to be promoting this movie, but what you did was took that platform and created your own agenda, and now you're sitting here running with it. That was my issue. Because if you wanted to sit there and you wanted to cry about equality and stuff like that, you should have did it from your own platform, created your own platform and did that. But what you did was took the spotlight away from the likes of Fantasia and all the rest of them. You took the spotlight away from them to create your agenda, because you feel like that you're underpaid based off of your self-proclaimed worth.
Just subjective.
In reality, your worth is how much tickets can you sell. We were talking about this. We were talking about this the other day. You know, I used to do stand-up comedy, right? And what I learned about the business of comedy is
Scorpion,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how funny you are. The venues don't care who the funniest comic is. The headliner, the person who gets the most time, is the person who sells the most tickets. The person whose name shines the brightest. If I'm doing the opening act for, let's say, Cedric the Entertainer, right? I can be funnier than Cedric the Entertainer, but at the end of the day, Cedric has a much bigger name than mine. People don't know who I am. So that's who's going to get the most time. That's who sells the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
In that movie, people came to see Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is who sells the tickets at the box office. It's not Taraji P. Henson. It's Brad Pitt. So it doesn't matter. You can be a much better actor than Brad Pitt. You just might be a much better actor. But people are coming to see Brad Pitt, and that's who sells the tickets.
But bro, let me hold you right there. So obviously the Brad Pitt analogy, that's a bad one. But because I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with Taraji. I'm just trying to look at this objectively. So everybody says she plays this role, blah, blah, blah. But I think
that was just me that said that. That was me saying that.
Well, okay. So, you said that. She plays this role. But I think all of us will acknowledge that she's a great actor.
I did say she was a good actor.
But part of what drives your worth is your ticket sales. But she's only being cast in certain roles. Now, she's cast in certain roles where it's a predominantly black cast and blah, blah, blah. That's one thing. That's fine. But when you have these A-list movies that she is more than qualified to play the role of the leading actress, but it goes to Cate Blanchett, she's never going to get compensated for her skill.
Well, see, here's the thing. Hold on,
business, man.
Right there.
That's business.
There's a big misconception. Right? There's a big misconception about Hollywood.
It's business, bro. I think that puts more into socialism, man.
Early on, you had me with the whole everything selling, blah blah blah. But when fucking Kevin Hart goes overseas and sells 9 billion tickets in Europe, like, you can't tell me that a black person can't translate anymore. Will Smith, the highest, before he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, he's the highest paid actor on planet Earth. So you can't tell me being black doesn't transfer anymore. Yeah. So for Taraji, what I'm saying is, for Taraji, you can't tell me the reason why she doesn't get paid is because she doesn't transfer overseas. But what I can say is the reason why she doesn't get paid is because she doesn't get roles that go to
Well, here's the thing. Here's the
white
thing.
actors.
Let me stop you right there. There's a big misconception about Hollywood that a lot of actors don't go and audition for roles. Taraji P. Henson can audition for roles
Let me ask you
that
this
are
question.
that are.
I'm
What'd
gonna
you
ask
say?
all y'all this one question. What black females transcended amongst the world as an actor?
Halle Berry.
And we talked about that the other day. It's not a lot.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Annalise Keating. What's her
I'll
name?
say probably
At
Halle
least-
Berry.
No, absolutely not.
Honestly, so
What
I
about Halle
looked
Berry?
up.
Yeah, what's her
I
name?
looked up. So, no bullshit, right?
What's
And
her
that's
name?
why.
She play on. She
That's
play
why
on
I say-
the Woman King. What her name is?
Oh no, she's one of the ones that
What
complained
you
too.
talking about?
Yeah, I'm about to say she because like it's
She
a
was
lot of
griping
them that
too.
complain about this type of thing.
Yeah,
She
she was
does.
griping.
She doesn't get paid either.
She was griping too.
Yeah.
What's her name? From How to Get Away with Murder. Damn.
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
it.
That's Annalise Keating. That's
No, that's not
That's
her.
her name.
That's
not
not
her.
That's
her
her
name.
name.
Viola Davis.
Viola
Viola
Davis. That's her name.
Davis.
That's her name.
That's her name.
Yeah.
So that's why I say right.
Viola
Yeah.
Davis.
I think
Viola Davis.
that's why I say like I do think that there's
Annalise
validity.
Keating, nigga. That's the name.
So like let me just get it. Let me get this clear, right? I do feel like that there's validity to both sides, right? And that's the reason why I brought up what Omar Gooden said as far as like typecasting, because he was saying one of the examples that he used for typecasting was like Vin Diesel. So Vin Diesel now, like no matter what role that that he gets called for, is usually that same type of role, right?
He ain't getting called for no roles no time soon.
Of course
Yeah,
not.
he got some issues.
Yeah. And then Vin Diesel is one of them.
I don't believe that, by the way, y'all.
Tiny from Friday. What's his name? Debo.
Yeah.
What's his name? Tiny Lester's. What's his name?
Mhm.
What's his name? He's another
Everybody
one.
knows him as Debo.
Yeah, he was another one that was typecasted. So that's why I was.
What's the Mexican dude name?
Which one?
The old motherfucker. Trejo, Danny Trejo.
Yeah. So that's why I was
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
So unfortunately for Taraji,
he's
that's why I
shitty,
said,
yeah.
like, no, not taking anything away from her, but unfortunately for her, she fell a victim to that, right? And like those are the roles that you fall in. So if I could give her, from my little minuscule position, like as a consumer, I guess, if I could give her any advice, it would be to take tutelage from the likes of Halle Berry. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but
Doesn't count.
no,
That's not fair, bro.
that's
The
why I
problem
just
is-
I was
the
about to
problem
say,
is,
and
bro,
this
once
is
you
not a
get
shot.
some-
This is
one-
not a shot at Taraji.
I'm not saying
at all.
Taraji ain't a beautiful woman, but Halle Berry, my boy.
Halle Berry
It
is
has to
very
be a
good.
good
It don't matter what.
For what it's worth, I think
Bro,
Taraji is. I think
Taraji
Taraji is an attractive woman, and I think Halle
Yeah,
Berry is a
yeah,
beautiful
I-
He
woman.
alone
There's a
look better
difference
than all
between
of them. But anyway,
right. But when it comes down, so
Disrespect.
unfortunately,
Disrespect
to Hawk's
Disrespect.
point, unfortunately, like I say, I'm not saying, I wasn't personally saying that I think she can't translate. I just transcend or whatever. I think that she was just a victim of typecasting, and that's what Omar Gooden spoke on, because they asked him, with your brother being who he is, a A-list actor, and y'all being so close, like what happened to you? And that's what he said. He said that he turned down a lot of roles because he didn't want to fall in that, because he didn't want to portray that, and he doesn't want to be a victim of typecasting. So I think that that's just what happened with Taraji. I think she fell victim to typecasting and so forth and so on. I don't want to take away from her or her body of work. But unfortunately, the majority of the movies that she has starred in or played in have been, in my opinion, kind of detrimental to, the Black community, and kind of causing separation, because I don't believe in that independence bullshit. I just don't. And ironically, it kind of portrays in her personal life, because she is single and she like 40 something. But nevertheless, I think she got a kid. She got a kid. Because like her origin story, she drove like cross country with like $700 and a kid or some shit like that. And she got to act.
why all these actors? Hold on, pause. Why all these actors got these? I'm broke, was homeless at one point,
Living in my
Right.
car, like Steve Harvey, who
Yeah.
lived in a fucking car for like fucking.
Is that like the initiation to
Apparently.
that's the
I mean,
nerd
pretty
degree,
much,
huh?
like, pretty much, because it's hard to make it. It's hard to make it in Hollywood.
I was about to
man.
say, yeah, like you don't
Yeah.
make it in a day. Like that shit
Yeah.
take
I'm not saying
Like
that
if you
do,
go
but
to LA right now,
good
man,
night.
I guarantee you'll see people sleeping outside on the benches or sleeping
lined
on the
with
beach.
I'm
or
saying,
on
like,
the
who-
stuff like that.
like what I'm saying is because this has been happening for so long, and this is the story of many people that make it in Hollywood. Why haven't none of them motherfuckers made like a shelter for these motherfuckers? Like
Hey, a shelter for like
Up and coming
actresses.
They got shelters, but homelessness is starting to be a problem everywhere.
that's just me. That's just my thought. But anyway,
Well,
so
I
do
see
you
right here.
think so? So have you heard Denzel ever complaining about how much money he not making in comparison to whoever it is that he is in the movie with? Now,
he did that.
Denzel ain't been making a whole bunch of money his entire career. When he was in Devil in the Blue Dress, you think he made millions of dollars in that?
Hey, I love that movie, by the way.
I mean, still, bro. But like, I mean,
so let's be clear. So in that era that Devil in the Blue just came out,
Which is a bomb ass movie.
Yeah,
Shout
Great
out to
fucking
Denzel.
movie. Great fucking
just
movie.
like
Shout out to Spike.
what's the one with shout out Spike Lee? Hey, bro. Hey, that's my man right there.
I love Spike.
What's the other one with him and Wesley Snipes? Mo Better.
Mo
The
Better.
Mo Better.
Yep.
Mo Better.
You
right?
think he made a whole lot of Wesley Snipes, Denzel Washington? You think? Come on now. You think?
I don't think they made a whole lot, but I like in comparison to now, what we would call no. But like during that time, I think Spike took care of it.
even still, bro,
I think
like
he took
closed
care of it,
mouths
bro.
don't get fed. Like I guarantee she didn't do this off of a whim. It's probably something that she's been trying to do behind the scenes for so
I was
long.
about to say,
It
she probably
got
talked to
fed
so
up.
many
It
other
was just like, you
females
know
in
what,
this
fuck
industry.
it. I'm like,
No,
this is
I don't
probably
think
gonna
that's
be the
what
biggest
happened.
platform I'm gonna be on in a while.
I don't think
Let me
that's
go
what
ahead
happened.
and
So
just
this-
voice my
Fuck
No,
that
here's
shit. Nah,
what I
look,
think.
man.
But what I'm
This is what I think.
like, bro, closed
is-
mouths don't get fed. Like, how do you
Nope.
think Denzel gets that money?
No,
Like,
no, no.
they
This
come
is
to
what I
him with an
think.
offer, and he's like, nah, I
Nope.
want this.
This is what I think
Yeah,
happened.
but he
This is what I
worked
think
to
That's
get
not
to that.
negotiating work.
Hold on,
He
hold on,
worked to
hold
get
on,
to that
hold
I'm
on.
point,
not
though,
like
man.
That's
I'm just
insinuating
saying.
that she didn't
He put
work.
that.
No.
Nah,
That's
nah,
what
nah.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So hear me out. Follow me, baby. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me, baby.
I'm gonna
So-
stay with you now. I'm gonna
Stay
stay with you now, baby.
Shout out to
I'm gonna
Old
stay
Show.
with you.
Shout out to Old Show. What's up?
No,
Hey,
nigga, stop
so
broadcasting another person's podcast.
I fuck with Ocho, man. I fuck with
I'm
Ocho.
fucking with you, bro. We
Yeah.
fucks with Ocho.
I don't know Ocho. What up? What up, though?
Chad
Ocho?
Johnson?
And Ocho.
I mean, you said you fuck with him. I don't know him to fuck with him. I'm just saying. I've seen him.
I watch
I
watch Nightcap.
Browse the
We
waters.
watch-
Yeah, like I'm a
What the boy say, Shea
promote
Butler
him,
put
man.
me
'Cause I want him to
top
promote
shit.
me, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Hey, mine's a melanin, man. Hey, shout us out. Yo, hey, but check this out though. So like my
Hey, now we
thing-
need to go on there live and do that. Like, donate some shit and do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be dope. I fucks with it.
So what I'm
And I
saying
fucks
is
with
I'm
Ocho,
not,
dog.
I'm not saying that she didn't work her ass off. I do believe she worked her ass off.
A lot of you
But
says
what I think happened was she went in there because Oprah executive produced that. So in her mind, like, oh shit, I got the richest black woman in America that's executive producing this thing.
I know where you're going with this.
You know what I'm saying? And I think she went in there with some expectations. Hold on, Scorpion, stay with me, baby. Stay with me, baby. I think she went in with some expectations.
Oh,
Now,
no.
Shaw,
I was about to pivot off of what you just said.
so I think she had some expectations that didn't really go too well for her. Now, Shaw, one of the things that you brought up in our conversation the other day was that in the civilian sector, y'all can't talk about how much y'all make.
Oop.
And it's for this reason right here. So what happened was she went in there and she fucked around and found out how much such and such them was making and said, hold up now. He made 10 million?
It's not that you can't talk about it. It's just frowned upon.
It's frowned upon. Right. So, but it's frowned upon. But for this reason, because when you sat there and I said, hold on now, the Scorpion made 10 million to be on this podcast, and you gonna give me $5? Hold on, my guy. Hell no. I think it's one of them things. I want more. But if you was up under the assumption that Brad Pitt made, 150,000 like you did, then it would have been a whole different conversation.
Ain't no motherfucking way she thought Brad Pitt was making
No, but yeah. But I mean,
So you got, but bro, you got
I don't-
Fantasia. Look, let's just back this up right quick. First of all,
Fantasia,
I
what the hell she got to do with it all?
went and seen the movie today.
When the last
You was
time
in-
you saw
you went and watched that
Fantasia
shit?
before
I went and seen the movie today. Okay,
Why?
because I went with my wife. It was a Christmas
Fantasia
present. It was pretty.
Hey man, don't explain to this motherfucker, man.
It was all right. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, right? It was that is for a whole nother podcast to break that movie down, right? I would encourage each one of y'all to go and watch it.
I would never.
alright.
I'm
5
telling
minutes.
you. I'm telling you. I'm
Bro,
telling you.
I'm gonna be
it's
honest
worth
with
it.
you.
Barely made it
I'm
to the first
gonna
one.
be real with you, bro. With me, like when they try to do that
First of
spin-off
all,
of
it's
the-
a musical.
yeah, and for that reason, I'm not watching it.
What?
But like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
once you
What
put
is
out
this on?
one,
It's on Disney Plus.
for me, bro, and I'm kind of old school with it. Once you put out one classical,
Shit gonna be a Nick
once you
Fury.
put out one classic, right? I'm not inclined. When you decide to come back fucking 15 years later and come off with a fucking spinoff, I'm not.
But it was a
watching it.
but
Hey,
it-
hold
but
on,
that's
bro.
the- that's the other
Aladdin
part,
shit,
though.
the Aladdin
It was a
live action
reason.
shit, so-
It's a couple of reasons that I
This
picked
day
up
and
on why they
age,
did
though,
that, right?
almost
But I'm gonna come
every
back to
movie
that.
is a bitch.
One of
I'ma
them
come
being the
back to that.
gender war. I think that's one of them. I think it was very ironic how you go back and touch that one during this time. But sure, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna come back to that. But Taraji wasn't even the lead actress
She wasn't.
or the actor in this movie. I'm sorry, she wasn't the lead
She
actor
was
in
Suge
my
Avery,
opinion.
right?
So yeah, she was Suge, and so the movie was about Fantasia, who is what's the girl name? What's her name? Silly. Yeah. So the movie was about Silly and her experiences that she had throughout her life.
Right.
And so Suge Avery just happened to be one of the experiences.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, if anybody was supposed to get any good amount of money,
It
it would have been
fantastic.
Fantasia.
That motherfucker put you in the moment. You just an experience.
Right.
Bro,
That's
okay.
exactly right. That's exactly right. And so to your point, Big Baby, I think it was a situation because it was an interview that happened where they wanted to invite Fantasia over for drinks or
They brought the
whatever the
dog.
case may be. And Fantasia said, no, I got to go feed my dog.
Yep.
But it come to find out she ain't had no dog. So she was making up a reason not to hang out with the rest of them. You understand what I'm saying? So now I'm looking at this from a whole different lens. So what's really going on? Now,
Well-
why would you, as a black woman, come up here and talk about a show that you're supposed to be promoting that's going to potentially make you more money, that can potentially put you in a position where say, hey, I helped boost this show up because of my performance, because she was singing, right? She was singing, she was acting, she was dancing. You saw a side of Taraji that you had never seen before.
For 10
Okay.
minutes.
It was a lot.
10.
She's doing it. But
maybe
anyway,
7.
she was, all this happened, but yet and still she come over here on this TV show, on this national show, and talking about how she wasn't getting, how she felt like she needed to get paid more money and it wasn't even right. Now, I say it was some saltiness in the game, and I agree with Davis about she probably found out how much somebody else was making who might not be as big of an actor as her, but who may have had a more leading role, right? And now she want to make a big stink about it. But she made the big stink the wrong way because soon after she said what she said, Oprah came out and said some things. Now, it wasn't bad. It was positive. She showed support towards Taraji, said, I'm here to support her and whatever she's trying to do. At the end, she turned the comments off on it too. So can nobody comment on this? So at the end of this, she said, y'all go out and watch the movie. So the fear was that by Taraji doing what she did, it wasn't going to be a whole lot of people that come out and support the show. So they wasn't going to make a lot of money.
Don't nobody want to watch that raggedy ass musical. No
That's
fucking
Hey,
way.
bro,
That's
let me-
ain't nobody
that's
gonna
not
watch
true.
that bullshit.
That's not
That
true,
ain't
bro.
true.
That's not true. You know how many motherfuckers was at this movie theater? I mean, I'm
Nah.
telling, bro.
But dude,
Bro.
dude, here's the thing. Here's the thing. From what you said, she said that a lot of people came to see the movie because of what she did, because she was in the movie.
No. I'm saying
The nigga
That
she-
nigga Lottie said, hold on now. Shit, I was finna.
So I tell you
Ooh,
what,
Lord.
Lottie, I'll put you out
Right,
here. Lottie,
shit.
so Lottie, you see it all the time, like in your regular life, right? In your personal life. You know how a motherfucker go forward, right? It'd be a group of people. And they personally don't believe that they can stand behind their argument and win over the crowd. So what they do is they rally other people in, be like, yeah. So me and Shaw sitting here getting into it, going back and forth about some shit. and I feel like I'm losing or I'm gonna lose. So what I do is I get Hawk and I get Scorpion, and I be like, yo, ain't that right, Hawk? Ain't that right, Scorpion? And you bring other people in to make your argument more valid. So what I think happened was, in this case, what I think happened was,
it's just our opinion based upon observations, y'all.
That's why I say think. Big word, think. So my opinion. So
Critically think.
Right. Yeah. Critically think. There you go. I like see Scorpion. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why we here, because we're connected. So when it boils down to it, I think what she did was she tried to play on some other emotional strings, you know, almost like that BLM shit, but that's a different podcast topic. She tried to play on the emotional strings to try to rally other people up to back her to fit her agenda, because she knew don't get it twisted. You know what your role is. People know where they are in the pecking order. So I personally felt like she didn't think that she alone could, you know, push this agenda enough. So what she did was said, well, I feel like all Black women are underpaid, and I'm tired of it because Black women are underpaid. But at the same time, if that was your thought, then when Monique was sitting here and she was fighting tooth and nail with these conglomerates by herself, why were you not in her amen corner?
And when Viola Davis is going around doing
when Viola Davis
thing,
did it,
you don't
where were you at? Because Viola, you know, years ago was doing the same thing. Where were you at?
No, hold on.
So that's why I say something had to happen at that time on that show.
We don't know that she didn't support these people. Like,
I'm about to say, bro.
Like,
Monique said ain't nobody support.
But we do know she wasn't vocal about it, and I like
she wasn't vocal. Because
she wasn't vocal about it.
So here's hold on, bro. The platform
it's a
that
protest.
She has,
you need as many voices as you can
exactly.
get. Yeah, man.
Okay,
what's that old saying? Keep that same energy.
Bro, nah, fuck all that. Because I can support something, but
hold
still
on, Lottie. I got you,
Lottie.
I got you, Lottie. So if she is as big as she says that she is, if she did support and she was vocal, then this big ass platform that she has, then people would have heard it. And goddamn it, nobody heard it. So if she did support it, it was probably by way of text or her talking in her little immediate circle. But damn it, it went on the internet and you can't find it. It ain't on YouTube.
Why does
nowhere.
it matter how she?
But
Time
you judge how much support one motherfucker gave another motherfucker, bro. You don't know what happened behind closed doors.
Let me be clear.
Sure.
And I'm not even going to use the situation where I'm connected to the person. Bro.
And matter of fact, Scorpion, I like what you said right there. Closed door. I'm gonna tap in on that here in a minute. Go ahead.
You feel like police brutality and fucking murdering Black people just because they selling a damn cigarette or whatever the case, whatever they doing, do you feel like it's right?
No.
Okay, cool. So when Colin took a knee expressing that police brutality in the United States was fucked up and still going on in this day and age and that it should be stopped, did you agree with that stance?
Yes.
Yes.
But did you walk your happy ass to a fucking NFL stadium and sit on the 50-yard line?
Nah, bro, you can't do that. Nah,
just because you're not on national TV agreeing with him and saying, "Hey, Colin, just like you, I'm gonna get that."
Well, Hawk. So Hawk, I would.
difference though, bro.
So Hawk,
I would.
So here's the thing, Hawk. So I see why Hawk. I see why Hawk's taking the stance that he does.
No, you're saying because she didn't lay out on the fucking coals next to.
She has a platform though.
You have a
platform. She can do that, man.
You have a platform, right?
That's why he was mad at the rest of the NFL players since you talking about that.
You ain't my homie. I ain't doing no shit like that.
That's why he was mad at the rest of the NFL players.
How do you know?
Could have been, even though they might have sent him money. Even though they may have sent him money. The money didn't do as much as you taking it now. Because we could have stopped this right now.
I'm literally just saying that it's irresponsible of us to say you didn't do shit. Like we don't know.
No.
But people watching this gonna be like,
no.
Based upon what is being said or what was said.
What I'm saying is literally, I'm just speaking on not me, my personal opinion about it. I don't personally have much of a personal opinion because no shots at Taraji, but I personally don't follow her. Like I literally looked up this information and fed into this for the sole purpose of it's a buzzing topic and for us to talk about this. Now, had we not been doing Minds of Melanin, I would have never known about it. Be honest with you. She ain't in my algorithm. Now, here's the thing. So my opinion aside, if you want to know like my actual opinion is, do I agree that you should take a stance? You know what I'm saying? Like the squeaky wheel get the oil. I'm a country motherfucker. Squeaky wheel get the oil. So yeah, but me personally, I'm a little bit more of a strategic type. Just like last week when we spoke about my man, damn, what was his name? The chick who with the hurt pinky was, you know what I'm talking about.
Talking
Marvel.
Pinky. What you say about
Marvel, the Marvel actor,
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. When we talked about that, right? So I believe in doing things strategically. So if your aim is to get more money and stuff like that, then by all means, sweetheart, do your thing. I feel like you should. If you feel like you deserve more, fuck it, go ahead and do it. But at the end of the day, she could have said no. Like if you felt like if you felt like that this right
they wasn't
here,
paying you enough. No, I'm not
if
doing.
you felt like that this role or the last role was beneath you, then you could have said no.
I take on bigger roles, man, and that's it.
No, you said that you felt like she shouldn't have did it the way that she did. But
But I also said I wouldn't have done it that way. But I also said that there's some validity to her claim because, like, I think that
No, you said there was validity to her claim, but you checked her for the way that she did it.
Well, I think that she shouldn't have done it at that time.
I would have done it
because she was supposed to be promoting that.
Right.
She could have done more harm to herself. She might have.
So I think she did. So me personally, right?
I agree that it shouldn't have.
No. So my personal opinion, right, is my opinion, right? And this is my opinion, right? So my personal opinion, I wouldn't have done it in the manner in which she did. Because this was supposed to be, it's almost like me going out promoting Minds of Melanin, and I decide to take that time, that platform to promote my dog breeding business, right? That's how, like, oh man, I don't feel like people paying me enough for my XL bullies or blah 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 blah. So that's how I looked at it. I didn't feel like it was a time or place. I feel like you should have did it. I don't feel like she shouldn't have done it. I just don't feel like you should have did it then. No, but that's subjective too. Right?
When should she do it?
No.
So check it out.
But again, hold on, Sean.
Why does that part matter? Like,
so
why is
again,
that what we're talking about?
So again, that's why I let off with my opinion. Opinions cannot be argued. This is my opinion. This is how me, Davis, the dog, I feel. I would not have done it at that time. Now, if you choose to do it at that time, that's on you. That's your prerogative, my guy. Now, what could potentially happen, because when you make a decision, you have to weigh the cons and the pros and the things that could potentially happen. What could potentially happen is you could get blackballed, like Monique did. For that reason, from a strategic stance, because a smart man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others, right? So from a strategic stance and from a wise stance, you said what now?
I said, all right, Confucius.
Yeah. So from a strategic stance, right? Like, it wasn't because you watched Monique do it and she went down in flames, and you watch all these other people do it. You probably shouldn't have done it that way. Take a different, more strategic route. But again, that's just what I would have done. I'm not saying that I disagree with, I just think that, look, hey, be prepared for, another quote. If you seek peace, prepare for war. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I understand everything you're saying, and I know the damn definition of the word opinion. Yeah. My question is, why is that part the conversation that we're having?
That's part of the conversation.
That's part of the conversation.
You keep talking about it. That was a part of the conversation. You keep bringing it up as to why we keep talking about it, so we can't move forward.
Okay, congratulations. I keep bringing up the fact that she's
what I'm saying? You still
keep bringing up the fact that she is actually a great actor. I keep bringing up the fact that she is underpaid in her field and that she doesn't get cast for roles that she clearly has the capability to play. But the only thing that we're talking about is whether or not she should have voiced it at that point in time.
That was a part
Whether or
of the
not it could
conversation.
be-
And that's
No,
the only part that you're wondering why we keep talking about. And that's the reason we keep talking about it, because you keep
Nah,
asking
Brett.
why we
No,
keep
this is
talking
the
about it.
first time I done asked this damn question.
It's the second time, actually.
No,
Take that-
this,
I
And this is the
already
third
addressed
time
it.
that
I
Davis
already
has
addressed
addressed
this
it.
is the first time that
I
I've
already
asked this
addressed what
question.
you're talking about.
And he keeps addressing that shit again. I'm like, bro, I already got that part. The point is, whether or not, do we agree or disagree with the fact that she's underpaid? Do we agree or disagree with the fact that black actresses in general are underpaid?
This is what I'll say. So, Hawk,
I
you
disagree.
have a stance, and I have a stance. So, my critique is timing. And that's my critique because that's my opinion. You clearly support it. I have no intention of swaying you, and you won't sway me. So, I say, Shaw, what's the next thing you say again?
So
Move on.
yeah, so check it out, because what we can't, what I'm saying is we don't make the kind of money that these people make, right?
Yeah.
And we don't have the kind of problems that they have. So we really can't go into detail about what they shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? But what we do know is who we are as a people, and we
Right.
do know how we can move things forward, right? And so what the problem has been over time is that the collective of people have not been able to get together in order to make progress in that area. Now, I can use that example and say in the civilian sector, that I've been in for some years now, right? When I'm in a group working with a bunch of black women, and it's no shot to black women, any black women
Anytime
that's
you
on
start
this
off by
show,
saying no shot, there's a
I said
there's a-
I'm the one who said that.
there's a big old goddamn 35
I'm the-
millimeter round that's finna go that way. Go ahead, send it.
Stand on it,
And so,
then.
and
Stand
so
on it.
any
Oh,
women
he was
that's gonna
cracking
be
the knuckles. A lot of them cracking the knuckles. He ready. Send it.
Stand
any women that's going to be in the comments, if
Stand
they
on
being
business.
real, they're gonna say yes to this. They're gonna agree with this. When it's a bunch of women, black women that's working together in a confined space, whether they have to work together or not, they can't stick together.
What the fuck?
It's-
Confined space
Confined,
gotta
maybe
do
an
with it,
office.
man.
It could be
Prison,
an office. It could be an office. It could be on a truck. It could be anywhere where they have to work closely together, right? They can't stick together. Somebody's always trying to knock the next person down. Oh, I ain't gonna tell her nothing like this, and I ain't gonna tell her nothing like that. And I can say this because I work with both. I work with a whole bunch of white women, and I work with a whole bunch of black women. And I always get the black women coming saying this and this and that about this other black woman, and this and that about this other black woman. And I always tell them,
different experience.
I always say, hey, y'all need to stick together. Y'all got all these problems. Y'all need to stick together. You know what they say? Oh, I can't work with her. I can't do this with her. It's always what they can't do. So what they can't do is bigger than the actual problem that they have. Now I'm gonna bring it back home to what we're talking about with this whole situation.
Mhm.
These women gotta get together. These black women, if they having problems like this, they gotta come together as black women, and say, stop. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna take these roads. We're not gonna do this.
He
If
said,
they won't do that,
Yeah.
then guess what? It's gonna continue to be just the way it is.
So I agree with you, Shaw. I agree with you. Except, you know me, I take a different approach because it goes into this whole gender thing, and it goes into the extremists and all the rest of that extremist things or whatever. I like I'm not for black women, nor am I for black men. I'm for like the black people as a whole. So I'm a whole unison thing. So when it comes down to this particular topic, and I think like this right here can kind of summarize my personal stance on it all. There's no secret. Damn, what was old buddy's name? Who was his name? When we just talking about the Marvel guy,
Jonathan Majors.
Majors.
Jonathan Majors. When it come down to Jonathan Majors, when it come down to all of the C, B, A-list actors, black, I feel like they're all underpaid, to be honest with you. And I think that's been an argument. So I don't personally think that we should be sitting here arguing that Black women are underpaid. I think we should argue that Black people as a whole are underpaid because we need to come together as a unison. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that there's no validity to Taraji's point, but ma'am, sweetheart, baby girl, this is an issue for the Black community as a whole. And I feel like that we as black actors, not we, because I'm not an actor, I'm just a regular ass motherfucker, but we as a Black people are underpaid, and we need to come together to, you know what I'm saying? Like if we're gonna fight for, pay equality, whatever, we need to do it as a whole, right? We shouldn't just sit here. You said what now?
What would be your recommendation? What do you suppose we do?
We?
Yeah,
I mean,
we. You French today, nigga. We,
nigga. So like on that one, like if the agenda is to get Black actors and actresses or actors as a whole, if the agenda is to get them more, paid more, then don't just sit here and target the feminine side of it. Like all of y'all Black people that be standing in rows and shit need to come together and argue that, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an actor, so I can't really necessarily die on that hill. So which one, Shaw? Which one are you talking about?
Wise men.
Like I say, because Shaw wants me to restate this quote, right? So like and I'm assuming he trying to wrap it up or whatever. So you trying to roll into the wise man once said?
Okay, so this part gonna be edited out. So
shit.
once Hawk go after you, and then
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie to
Lottie,
you, bro. For the last
then Score.
30-something minutes, I've been holding my piss. Like,
Okay,
bro,
so
that's
look,
why I said outro. I'm like, hey,
so Davis, finish yours up. Then Hawk, you gonna say you gonna wrap it up on how we can fix it. Then you
That's
can
what
get
I was
off
trying
screen,
to do. I was trying to
and
collect
then
it
Lottie, and then Scorpion, and then Big Baby is back to you to finish with the quote. Okay, so go ahead, Davis, and then Hawk, you next. Then you can jump off.
So like I say, so what I personally think needs to happen is like we as a people need to come in unison, and because not only is just Black female actors underpaid, but Black males are underpaid as well. So I don't necessarily want to just specify on one side. I want to specify on them both. I want to target both of them. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole hand thing, right? When you take all of them things, put them together, and you pack more of a punch with a whole fist instead of individual fingers. Now, what you got, Hawk?
But you can poke somebody in the eye with fingers.
This motherfucker here.
Bro, like you essentially just summed up my point. Like
144.04.
This topic, I'm perfectly honest with you. Like my passion for this topic ain't that fucking high. Where my annoyance was coming from, but you kind of roped it back to it, is we know, we hear about the problems and blah blah blah, and everybody's like, oh yeah, they should do this, they should do that, they should do this, whatever the case may be. Like on this platform, right, we got 5 Black men right here, and we diving into the ins and outs on what was the better way for her to pitch it, or whether or not it was even legitimate for her to pitch it. And I'm like, Black women are underpaid in this industry. Black men are underpaid in this industry. Black people in general are underpaid in this industry. And I feel like we had an opportunity to express that, and we didn't do it. But as far as what the better way to go about it, you touched on it perfectly. It's going to take everybody to come together and actually, like, stand up and decide, like, hey, we're not going to take this, like, we're not going to take any less than this, or whatever the case. However they decide to do that is how they're going to get that done. But it's going to take everybody doing it. Like her getting on that platform and speaking for herself. The same thing as Monique going there speaking for herself. Same thing as Viola. Ain't nobody going to listen. And more importantly, nobody's going to listen until we, the consumers, start to show them that the numbers that they're looking for, they can't get them without us. And once we start not paying for stuff, once we start not viewing stuff, or I ain't gonna tell you to do nothing illegal, but once we start showing them, yeah, I ain't gonna tell you to do that, but you get it.
You the hand thing.
once we start doing that, and then people realize, hey, maybe we need to pay these motherfuckers, then we'll see some change. But it's gonna take the people in that industry. It's gonna take the people as the viewer and the consumer of that. But that was pretty much my point. Like,
personally, I disagree. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't hear any black men or black male actors complaining about their pay. I don't hear Michael B. Jordan complaining about that he's not being paid enough. I don't hear nothing about The Rock, Denzel Washington, or hell, even Jonathan Majors as he was coming up. I ain't hearing, but none of these dudes complain about not being paid enough. You know,
how often do men complain about work?
What'd you say?
How often do men complain about work out loud?
Doesn't matter.
That's not something that men do.
Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I don't hear it. So because if they not
complaining
about it,
hold on.
We gonna get into this.
No, Shaw, you said something the other day, Shaw. You said something the other day, Shaw. I want you to repeat that after Lottie stated this point. You remember me and you was talking, and when you talked about you venting about your day and her venting about her. I want you to rope that into what after Lottie, because it was very powerful. Go ahead, Lottie.
All right, so. What I think honestly is not a matter of people coming together and trying to make sure they get paid more. I think that honestly that if Taraji P. Henson really feels like she needs more money or she deserves more money because she's not paid enough, then you need to do like what everybody else does. Go to your agent. Have your agent find you some bigger roles that you can audition for.
How the hell is her agent gonna uproot years of systemic racism?
That's what the agent is paid to do. That's what an agent is paid to do.
No, an agent is paid to find you jobs, not find you the best paid job.
That's what I just said. No, that's what I just said. You need to have your agent find you some scripts.
How in the world can an agent uproot years of systemic racism?
No, that's what an agent is paid to do. Your agent is paid to
The agent is paid to be an activist?
No, dumbass.
I don't believe there's systemic racism, but go ahead.
No, I didn't say nothing about racism. Yeah, I said have your agent find roles that you can audition for that are much bigger.
You remember when we said we wasn't gonna do the whole stump thing?
What's the stump? Have your agent find you roles that you can audition for that are bigger than what you're already doing. That's what I'm saying. That's what the agent is paid to do.
But what she's talking about alludes to systemic racism. What she's talking about alludes to systemic racism. So how is an agent going to go to an exec how is an agent going to go to an exec of a media company and say Taraji needs more money because she is this good? No,
because she's paid it. No, because can you prove that that there is systemic racism? Because what she's complaining about is that she's not being paid enough. You're getting paid. I don't agree that she's not being paid enough. I think she's being paid as a B-list actress. She's getting paid like every other B-list actor or actress in Hollywood. But she thinks she should be getting paid more. I don't think it has anything to do with systemic racism, honestly.
What you just said does though. You said she's complaining about her pay right now, right? You said she should go to her agent and tell her agent to go get her bigger, better paying jobs. That's not going to happen for her, bro. What she's complaining about is black women not getting paid their worth. That alludes to systemic racism. Like, what are you talking about?
Let's make this clear. What people don't understand is this: is that when it comes to Hollywood, being an actor or actress, it's a competitive ass market. That's why we have people that are sleeping in their cars now. It's a competitive market. So if you want a lead role in anything or just a role, period, you got to audition for it. And the bigger the role, the more you get paid.
Systemically racist.
What?
Yes.
So Lottie, to that point, Lottie, I'll say this, Lottie. I'll say this right here, right?
This company about to blow a gasket.
You and your agent can apply for whatever the fuck you want. But if me as the hiring authority don't want you, I don't give a fuck how good your agent is.
Yes,
you ain't getting in
I
this
didn't
position.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say the agent is gonna get this person a job. I said,
you said that was a job.
I had the agent find you some scripts that you can audition for, or find you some roles that you can audition for. It's up to her It's up
But
to her
who's
to
to
win
say
that
they
role.
didn't?
But what she's speaking on, bro, is that hiring authority's ability to say no. She's speaking on what happens before the thought process before that no.
Now-
But that's the thing. I don't think that it's systemic racism. I don't
So
think
hold
there's
on,
anything
hold on.
racist about it.
So hold on.
I don't think they're not picking her because
So a
because
pattern
she's
of black women complaining about the same thing is not a problem.
Like,
Like
say that again.
a pattern of black women complaining about the same thing doesn't constitute a
What, bad-
problem
what,
for them.
what other black?
I'm
what
not
other
saying it
black
constitutes a
women
problem for
complain-
everybody, but
But
for
just
them,
name 3 of them.
What other black women complain about the same thing?
Come on, man.
It's an endearing statement. I know. He
I'm
only
sorry.
says that because he
I'm
doesn't know your name. But so to this point right here, right? Because
If you're gonna tell me
we
three
finna
black
go. See,
women-
Lottie has a tendency of sparking fires towards the ending
Right
of
at
our
the
session.
end.
He
Right
does
at the
this,
point.
right? But then
He does it on
so
purpose.
and I really hate that. I hate to do this a lot. I hate to do it, right? I hate to. Because he did it the last time and we end up going like 30 minutes down a
I'm
rabbit
about to
hole.
say, bro, I got
2
these
hours.
on my doorstep.
You know what
It's
I'm
like
saying?
6 degrees outside.
2
I'm gonna have
hours.
to put that shit in the oven.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. So Scorpion made a very good point earlier, right? That he spoke to, and it's something that like there's some factual evidence behind. Men generally don't, complain about work. Men don't, and so me and Shaw had a conversation the other day, and Shaw was saying, when he was comparing when he comes home from work and his wife comes home from work. Now, what was that you said, Shaw?
I was saying that when my wife can call me and say, "Hey, I'm having a bad day at work. I don't want to go in, or I want to come home." Right? And me as the man, I'm like, "Okay, well, come home." Right? You're having a bad day, but I have the same kind of days that she has. I know that I can't call her, or I can't come home, or I can't quit my job, or I can't do those things because as a man, it's understood that I have to keep moving forward. I have to work through those problems in order to be successful in life. So I think that that's the difference between how men look at life overall and how women, especially women who are well rooted in their femininity, how they look at life. They know that they can call their men and say, "Hey, babe, I'm having a tough day at work. I just need to come home." Hawk, you gonna tell your wife stay at work? No, fuck that, stay at work.
Ain't gonna lie
Why
to
they
you.
want to tell all
Make
these
that-
melanated
make-
minds of women
Right,
now?
right.
Make that
Go
money,
to your
girl.
agent.
Don't let it make you.
Tell them get you better paying gigs. Matter of fact, ask for 500 million.
But
Nah,
For
yeah,
a
no,
billion, goddammit, you
speaking
deserve to be
what-
paid
speaking
like
to what Lottie
Jay-Z.
was saying though, and in Scorpion too,
Look at my big boy back
I think
there.
that there is systemic racism, but we can't necessarily prove that it exists.
So
Right.
Because it's
So-
based off of a bias, bro. Systemic racism is based off of a bias, and the
But
bias.
you can say that over the years, you can say that
But
over the years.
I think the whole systemic racism thing is because now we finna go dive down a rabbit hole that is like
for the next show.
You know what I'm saying? That's something for another show, right? So what we're gonna do is, right, because this is normally the part where we kind of like we leave the audience with something, to fester on. And kind of soak on. My dogs, they get antsy. They want to go outside.
I see
so-
him. Look
know,
like you got one in the
I
tub.
want to go piss too. Shit.
Yeah, that's Isis back there. That's my old English bulldog back there. She back there. She ready for me. So, but so for the audience out there, everybody know me. For the people, for the few followers that we got, I'd usually like to, to drop, to drop a couple of words of wisdom. This part we roll into the as a wise man once said. So to kind of speak on a quote that I dropped earlier, and to kind of sum all of this up, and the way I connect it is because we as a people, we as a Black people, the things that we've done in the past, like we've done things, and individualism is a big thing that's in our, that we've been known for. Like we as individual parties, the Black women or the Black men, or individual movements that we have, that we've went down those paths and we've tried to pursue endeavors and we've failed, right? So the point that I made earlier is that we pack a stronger punch as a whole, right? And so what we need to do as a people is to learn from past experiences, learn from the experiences of others. You know what I'm saying? And the quote that I want to leave you guys with is, a smart man, learns from his mistakes and his accomplishments, but a wise man learns from the mistakes and accomplishments of others. So out of that, don't aim to be smart, aim to be wise. And on that one,
Harvey,
For sure.
I'll leave y'all.